This meeting is being recorded.
What's up, Monero fam? It is your two favorite people. I'm assuming, I don't know that for a fact, but it's Matt and Chill, and we're back with some more Monero news. Chill, I know you were telling me about the Monero hash rate, so I think I'm just going to share my screen and let you explain this one. We're getting right into it today, as usual.
Yeah,
but
we were on the edge. I didn't sleep at all last night.
Oh no. So what do you say? Please consider firing up your rig. It's keeping me up tonight. It literally did. We don't have another Monero. That's true. That is very true. And it looks like right now, Mine XMR operators, which is a mining pool for Monero, could potentially perform a 51% attack, or they may be doing it already. I'm not sure how you'd know that. I guess they would just need to rent a little bit of hashing power from NiceHash to do the attack, or if they're stealth mining, they may already have the hashing power to do it. You can see the total hash rate and the different splits between the pools here at this link. And yeah, just a little explainer there. Stealth mining, where you're basically solo mining, not to a pool. Well, I guess you could be mining to a pool, but you could secretly mine a longer fork of the chain. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, there's basically a big potential for this. So I don't know, Chill, what do you think about it? What can we do?
Well, this morning when I woke up, it was already at 50%. So, I mean, let's hope that they are not a malicious actor, but it just went up so fast. And I kind of feel like, well, no one really noticed. Like, I only started hearing about it when it was already above 40%. So then everybody, the whole community was trying to use their old computers and every computer they could find in the house, and people were redirecting to a different pool,
right?
And trying to join P2P pool. But yeah, I kind of feel like we should have been doing that like before, because we had the P2P pool option, and now it's like we are just scrambling.
Yeah, it's I mean, I found out about it even later than you, because you're who told me about it. And yeah, that's never a good thing for the security of the network if somebody could just like start rewriting the blockchain, which if they have more than 51% of the hashing power, they would potentially be able to do that. But to your point, also, that would all require Mine XMR to decide that they're going to take advantage of this ability, which, I mean, they've been around for a while. I used to mine to them. I do not anymore, for obvious reasons. But I don't know. I guess I'm kind of hoping that this will be not a big deal, but it's a good like wake up call. Like, hey, we need to make sure like we're talking about, yeah, we're spreading the hashing power directed at the pools around a bit more, so that we're not right back here like 4 or 5 months from now with a different pool or something like that, so I mean, and peer-to-peer or P2P pool, that could, right,
and
that could get as big, that could get over, potentially that could go over 51%, and it would not be the same kind of crisis, right?
Right. And the developers integrating it. I don't know if it's already integrated in the Monero GUI as well. So anyway,
that's the default. That's what it defaults to is P2P in the. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was just making sure I understood that.
No, I woke up this morning. I'm like, I don't know if I want a coffee or whiskey. And one of Monero fans said, you want coffee so you can set up more rigs. I just love these people.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, that's definitely something we will be keeping an eye on. And I would be interested to know how you could detect if Mine XMR suddenly started acting maliciously, because I feel like for the average user, you may not be, I mean, you'd probably be needing to run a node and looking for some kind of, I don't know, something weird coming through, or I'm not entirely sure how that would work. So if anybody who's watching this knows, drop us a comment or send us a DM on how exactly, if a worst case scenario happened, how would we actually know it was happening? Because I'm still not clear on that.
They can mess with the transaction validator and just basically all the decision, the consensus decision. So I don't know if we would find out instantly, especially with Monero. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we will find out.
Right. Yeah. Eventually the truth will come out. It's just, is it going to be right when it happens or like afterwards? That's the main question in my mind right now, I suppose. But yeah, okay.
So yeah,
Bummer.
well, that's the thing with proof of work, right? Like everything has its downside, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I feel like it's our fault, and we need to look into the mirror because we had the P2P pools for a while now, and we should have switched over everyone already. But it's just kind of, it was convenient not to, and now
yeah. I mean, Mine XMR, to their credit, made it pretty easy to set up and get going. So yeah, I mean, and people don't always act until there's like an imminent crisis. So hopefully the hash rate will drop and it will kind of resolve itself without anything bad happening. That's what I'm hoping for. But there's some potential out there. So, you know, as much as we love Monero, we're not gonna sugarcoat it and just not report the negative stuff, because that'd be doing everyone a disservice here. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to know how we could tell if something bad happened, and at that point, you know, take it from there. But yeah,
I think the best thing we can do is keep firing up mining rigs. That's the best thing we can do.
The more spreading it around.
Yeah,
definitely do that. Please do that. All right, so moving on here, we've got the Canadian piece of legislation that's basically saying that they can, like, they're expanding what they consider terrorist financing so that they have more power to basically just turn your bank account off, was my read of this.
Yeah. They're trying to label basically crowdfunding and crypto, especially cryptocurrency crowdfunding, under their terrorist financing act. And this can significantly change how cryptocurrencies are treated in Canada specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can expand what's considered, you know, the government considers bad, you get to expand that definition, then now you got a whole new chunk of people that, you know, before were good and are now, you know, on the wrong side of that, even if they're not a terrorist, which is generally the case there. And yeah, they're really getting their control over it. And I think from what I was doing a little research on this, I've been kind of following the convoy thing up there in Canada with the truckers, and I believe that this, they didn't explicitly state it, but I'm pretty sure this is the response to the GoFundMe where they raised all those millions of dollars and then for the truckers. Yep. And then they seized the money, or the Canadian government or somebody was like, hey, GoFundMe, do not disperse those funds. So they had to stop it. And then I believe they refunded people. Initially, that wasn't clear, and there was a lot of excitement around that, but they did refund people to my knowledge. But then I think the day after, a couple days after, now we get this. So now if they were to do that again, there's not going to be, like, they're playing by the rules now. They basically just made a new rule so they can do what they did already in the future and not have repercussions for it. So kind of a little bit dystopian.
Yeah, I mean, the
dystopian there,
scope, isn't it? Because there's no judge, no jury, no presumption of innocence. You know, like they can arbitrarily call anything terroristy. Like they can say, "Oh, Monero is a terrorist tool," and anyone who uses it is now a terrorist. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it just broadens the definition so that they can just do whatever they want. Is kind of how I feel about it. And I don't know the Canadian legal system like I do the American one, but I would imagine that you're also innocent until proven guilty there. I may be wrong, but at least here in the States, you're technically supposed to be innocent until you're proven guilty. But this basically lets them shut your bank account down for whatever reason, and then afterwards they can determine, like, the determination happens, like, oh yeah, you were acting as a terrorist, or oh no, you didn't do anything, sorry for that, like, disrupting your life for weeks. Our bad. So it's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem very, it seems very dystopian and like Orwellian or whatever.
Yeah. She's also like a World Economic Forum leader, so I'm not surprised. We really need sensible leaders. Like, we have people who are either, and I don't want to go with like, because it's not their age, but a lot of them are just like he's been around like forever now. It's time to retire. Spend time with the grandkids, not start wars and stuff. None of the millennials
Amen.
are interested in that.
Yeah, no. I mean, the career politician is, I think doesn't really matter. I feel like it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. Everybody doesn't really like career politicians. They're just, entrenched, and yeah, term limits would be awesome. But anyway, yeah. So, but I like your comment here. Monero was built for this. It truly was. It's if it does go to that worst case scenario, assuming that the network isn't getting 51% attacked, you should be able to.
Government is doing it.
Right? Yeah, they're turning all their servers to all their servers are mining Monero now to try and crash it. I mean, I don't think that's happening in this case, but it's you never know. And the world is a crazy place, and recently it seemed a bit more crazy. But yeah, I like that. General reminder that Monero is built for this. Like, you have an alternative. That alternative is Monero, and obviously I feel strongly that we should resist these kinds of legislation because it's a lot easier to stop it. I'd rather not have to use Monero, if I'm being honest, but I'm very, very glad, or I would rather not use Monero for these reasons, because cryptocurrency and all that other stuff is illegal. I would like it to not be that way, but if it does, I have an alternative. I have an option, and so yeah, for that reason, I'm here and supporting what Monero is doing. And yep. Anyway, next up, you have any parting comments there, Chill?
No.
All right.
Everything you just said.
Okay,
This
so
has
next
been
one.
funded.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more fun, a little bit on the brighter side. We started out with some heavy hitters there, but Monero Con 2022 funding for the Monero conference. It was eventually, let's see here, let me read through this a bit because I'm not up to speed on this one. Berlin 2022 was canceled. 2021 was also canceled. 2022, it's time to try again. And yeah, Germany's got the high case numbers, and I guess they're getting restrictive with people. And so Lisbon, Portugal, has been chosen as the new place, and yeah, got a 10,000 person capacity, and similar in theme to last Monero Con here in Denver, Colorado in 2019. I know that was a pretty awesome event. Chill, you were there and pretty involved with it, and you had really only good things to say, I think.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, June 2022, whenever the venue's available, high quality talks, workshops, panel discussions, and some downtime to network and mingle and just hang out with other Monero people. So yeah, I'm full support of this. I'm going to donate a little bit of Monero to it.
But it's already funded.
Wait, it is? No, it's
not. It is, yeah. That's what.
Oh, wait. Oh, 3. I'm sorry. I saw this, and I saw the fraction, and I thought it was not fully funded. So I missed my chance to fund this, and so did you. But either way, I mean, I would love to go. I'm going to try and go if I can. But this looks like it's only the first of 2. So there will be another chance to cover to contribute to this. So I'm going to be watching out for that. And yeah, just kind of some disclosures. They're being very transparent with this, which is awesome. And yeah, I didn't realize that it was already funded up here. So I guess you could still, yeah, technically you can still contribute. And it looks like down here that if the maximum cost for the event, so as you get closer to the event, if we have anything left over from this proposal, it'll just be used to reduce the second proposal amount. So if you want to if you still want to contribute, I think I'm actually going to still contribute here if it'll let me. Whatever we're over 328 is just going to go towards the next lowering the second proposal. So yeah. Cool.
That's exciting. I'm not gonna be there because I'm at Pork Fest, but I'm excited that the European Monero fam has their own conference, and then we have one in Miami. So there's 2 this year, so that's exciting.
Yeah. If you can't make it to one, try and make it to the other. It's there you go. Okay, cool. Next up, we've got Morgan T. Bennett saying 9 out of 10 people holding Bitcoin still have no idea that Bitcoin's security is continuously weakening. Yeah, I heard the block reward's getting smaller, but fees are replacing it, right? No, not right. Some updated data on Bitcoin security. Do you want me to go through the thread here?
Yeah.
I can talk about it. Okay. So security exhibit A, security budged in relation to Bitcoin market cap over the last 11 years. Security budget. Yeah, security security budget. So yeah, I mean, pretty sure that's just the block reward, because it looks like it drops off here, and
it's going down tonight.
Every 4 years it takes a drop down. But why do you divide by market cap? Better use a transaction volume. Okay, kind of a similar, I mean, as these charts are all trending downwards. If fees were to replace the block reward event, the ratio of fees over issuance would go up forever. Spoiler alert, dropped to 2013 levels. So this is the fees to inflation ratio, or fees over issuance. So the new amount of Bitcoin hitting the market versus how much people are paying in fees, whatever that ratio is.
It's 2013 levels.
I guess, is that good or bad? I guess bad.
That's bad.
Okay, it's bad. Got it. And this can't be. Bitcoin is safe. This is just FUD, bro. Please believe me, bro. And everyone would be all the Bitcoiners would be talking about it 24/7. Pomp knows more than you. Okay, all right. Obviously, this is satirical. I don't think this is his actual position, because it's in quotes. And yeah, the fact is, major Bitcoiners are avoiding this topic like the devil avoids holy water. And as soon as they see you know what you're talking about, looks like they come after you.
Yeah, we had that discussion, because that's where I got it from. We had that discussion. Jordan Peterson posted something about, these funds in Canada were like blocked, and that's why you need Bitcoin. And I said that they would block Coinbase too, or any centralized exchange, or if you're like on a decentralized exchange, they would block the fiat off ramps, because it's very easy. And a lot of people are still confused. They're like, well, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, but Monero is unlimited. But actually, there's only going to be 33 million Monero in 100 years, so it's not unlimited, and the inflation is lower than Bitcoins, because it's just 1%. Bitcoin is 1.8. So I don't know why everyone thinks it's just like a burr machine. It's not.
Right. Yeah. And this is not a new debate, although I think with the Super Bowl ads and all that crypto stuff, there's probably a lot of new people coming into the space who haven't heard this conversation before. But, in that, just for an explainer here, if you're new to the crypto space and this is like your first taste of controversy, A, get ready for more, because that's pretty much crypto, and B, what are we talking about here? So basically, Bitcoin it's coded in there. There's never going to be more than 21 million Bitcoin. Every 4 years, the amount of new Bitcoin is being issued until we reach that 21 million. But every 4 years, the amount that's issued gets cut in half. That's called the block reward. And the miners who are, keeping the network secure, making sure people's transactions are going through as they intend, they're mainly incentivized right now on the block reward of this new Bitcoin. But when we reach 21 million, that block reward stops. And that's what basically this whole argument is about. Like, what happens to Bitcoin when there's no more block reward? Are the miners going to continue? Are we going to have enough miners basically in hashing power to keep the network secure? And the true answer is nobody really knows, because there's no example. This is going to be the first time that something like this happens. And so the counter argument to that, or one of the fixes, like solutions to that, would be something like a tail emission that Monero has, where technically there is infinite amount of Monero. So a trillion years from now, actually, I think the universe will explode by then. But like many, many, many years into the future, after we're all long and dead and gone, Monero will still be issuing tiny, 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 tiny amounts of Monero as a block reward in addition to the fees, so that hopefully this problem doesn't really apply to Monero. And so, you lose out a bit on the marketing. Like, yes, we do not have a hard cap on Monero, but if you look at the math and the numbers, it's almost the same thing. I mean, you're talking about fractions of a percent difference. Like the block reward would be so low for Monero that it's really not inflating the total supply. I mean, just barely. But the trade-off you get from that is you don't have to worry about the miners suddenly stopping mining when we hit that maximum amount. So that's the long and short of this whole conversation. Obviously, I'm on the Monero side of things. It's a very simple fix, I feel, just to kind of extend that block reward. But I would be shocked if Bitcoin went against the original Satoshi 21 million limit. I think a lot of people would that would be more contentious than SegWit and the big block that, I mean, times like a million, because that's like a huge selling point, I think, for a lot of people, is the fixed supply. So even though effectively it's not any different, or very, very, very infinitesimal difference, psychologically there's a catch there. So yeah. All right. I went on for too long there, probably, for that one. I should go to the next one.
Okay.
Sorry,
no,
I didn't let
that was
you.
a good explanation for someone who, and probably the people who know, they probably already sleeping. So wake up. We're going on to the next one.
Going on to the next one here. We're moving through them here. So, okay, Crypto Grampy, he always has some good stuff usually. And he's saying, okay, if any advanced Monero users want to have some fun this weekend, Justin Berman 95 put out a Monero Lite wallet server Docker file, which can be connected to Seth's simple Monero D, Docker, and the My Monero wallet using your custom LWS server. LWS wallets sync instantly. What's LWS?
So the LWS, basically all you need to do is like a backend service where, well, someone else is seeing, like there's a third party involved there, so I'm not very comfortable with it, but it syncs faster. So if you when you like, for example, in Cake Wallet, you have to wait for the sync time, and
you got to catch up.
By the change now, I managed to clear it. I had to like reconnect the wallet and then just resync the whole thing. And that's how it showed up. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so you have to wait for that sync time. With this, it's just instant sync, but then you give up on some privacy. So
right,
like, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah,
it's a cool innovation, though. I mean, it depends. If I'd rather wait for the sync time than have LWS.
Fair enough. All right, but yeah, if you want to check it out, give it a look there. Crypto Grampy, they're always doing something interesting and definitely helping push the community forward and innovate. All right, so network. Next up, we have Mycelial. If you're interested, Bisq v2 is looking to integrate Farcaster Monero atomic swaps. There's also a Bisq v2 contributor call yesterday with the talking points mostly covered here. So if you want to check out this, let's see, what is it? Maybe I'll check it out. So Bisq v2. So Bisq is making another version of their, I don't want to call it a decentralized exchange, but it's like I would say more like a peer-to-peer exchange. Because they definitely, I mean, like there's a whole service where like they help you make your transaction go through or troubleshoot. Like they have a support team and whatnot. And they've tried to make it as decentralized as possible, but it's still, there's a team running it. It's not just like a DEX or something like that. And yeah, I guess these are the talking points here, but they're looking at integrating Farcaster atomic swaps, which I think would improve the user experience quite a bit from what I understand. And if you've used Bisq before, it's there's a learning curve. I would just put it nicely, there's a learning curve. So yeah, I mean, better, easier ways to swap in and out of Monero to other cryptocurrencies using some atomic swaps, and it's getting easier for the users. I'm all for that. So yeah, good luck, you guys. I hope you integrate the atomic swaps. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right, Chill. What's this one?
Another sad, I don't know, it was a sad 2 weeks. But what happened is, so the XMR hard fork is coming up. And it's not gonna work for the XMR Bitcoin atomic swaps.
Ooh.
So now we need a new Rust developer, and actually Justin said that Magic Monero could fund this. So if we find the Rust developer, reach out so I can connect you with the commit team. I have their email. And yeah, I'm just like looking for a Rust hero, basically.
Gotcha.
If you see, I see more details there.
Gotcha. So Commit Network has basically ended the development of their atomic swaps. Something about Thorchain. Rust dev here. Look at it. Something the Magic Monero Fund could help with. So yeah, if you're a Rust dev and you have the skills, the Magic Monero Fund could potentially pay you some Monero, I would assume, yes. to work on this. So yeah, reach out. Hit up Chill. She's the Magic Monero person, and yeah, let her know what you can do. Cool. Nice.
Yeah. You see, like they need to allow a bi-directional usage with Bitcoin moving first. So we'll see if someone can become a lead maintainer for that. I am still hopeful that yes, because like I know we have Farcaster, but the more we have, the better. And we also need like really slick UI for the users. Not just like onion, Tor, route, something crazy.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure people much smarter than me will know the best way to do that, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Is there anything else? There's one more thing. My Monero.
Yeah. This is the last one here. Monero is on fire. The number of Monero transactions for 2021, 8.65 million. And we are less than 2 months into 2022, and we've already doubled this number. So that's a pretty
is on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. And I mean, I guess the cynical part of me would be interested to know, like, for Monero or for like Bitcoin and Ethereum, how much their transactions recorded went up, like 2021 compared, like over the same time frame. But I mean, regardless, that's a huge amount of growth and usage and utility, which is, I think, the main use case for Monero is actually one of utility and not speculation, which I think a lot of people don't realize or don't agree with. But you can use Monero to purchase lots of things. They may not all be legal, but you can use it, and it's got utility, and people are using it. So yeah, it's not just something that you sit on and hope that the price goes up, at least not for a lot of us. So yeah, that's did you make a video, or is this from My Monero?
It's from My Monero.
Gotcha. I don't think I have the sound turned on.
It's so awesome to see Monero on fire.
Oh yeah. Hold on, what was this? Monero attractions. Oh, this guy's just, am I misunderstanding? Is my chart wrong? What's I guess, yeah, I don't exactly know what I don't exactly know
But
where
that's
this
per
data
day,
came
and
from.
they are per year. So this guy just needs to do math because the chart
Oh,
shows the daily, and this is per year. So
historical.
per day
Gotcha.
times
Got,
365. That's what you need to do.
gotcha. Gotcha. Um, so I think what I'm wondering now though, if they meant we're less than 2 months into 22 and we're on track to more than double this 8.65 million. So if we've already had 17 million transactions in 2 months, that seems like that's crazy. And maybe that is the
Is
case.
on fire.
Yeah, I guess that's why Monero's on fire.
Yeah, one way or another. It's either the hash rate or
That's a bad type of fire. This is the good kind of fire. The other one's like a dumpster fire. That's the one you want to stay away from. But yeah, I mean, either way, Monero is growing. I don't think anyone is going to argue against that. And I mean, crypto in general is also growing. But I'm very excited to see what comes next with Monero. I think the interoperability with other blockchains could be good, but it also weakens a bit of the security. Like when you're coming across a bridge, from one network to the other, it does weaken a bit of the security guarantees. So, I mean, while I would love to see that, I would not want to see that at the expense of, my privacy or additional risk being brought into the system. Because I don't know if you heard about that wormhole hack, but that was a cross-chain bridge as well, where they drained like $250 million worth of Ethereum. And then they were like, well, that sucks. And the venture capitalists just like wrote a check for $250 million, bought more Ethereum and put it back in there, and like, business as usual. So I mean, there is some additional risk going across the networks, but if you can do it in a secure way, I mean, to me, that's like the ultimate use case for Monero. If you can just use it on any blockchain and seamlessly get in and out, that'd be cool. But anyway, I think that's it for today. Chill. Any parting thoughts or any last observations?
advertisement.
Huh?
Advertisement, the Super Bowl ad. No, I'm kidding. So I want to remind everyone that Monerotopia, the conference is coming up. So if you're coming, please go and purchase your tickets on Monerotopia's website. I don't think I have it in the links, but you guys will find it. So you can duck it.
Yeah, today's a quick day for us, so no editing, no description, none of that stuff. So
Nothing.
it's
Nada.
we're crunched for time this week, and we're just glad to be able to get this out because there's some pretty good stuff, some relevant news, I think, that people need to know about. But anyway, Monerotopia, what are the
Keep mining, guys.
Yeah, and not to mine XMR, literally anything else other than mine XMR. And probably preferably P2P pool. But yep. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we'll see how this hash rate thing plays out, see how the atomic swaps play out. And I don't know, that Lisbon Portugal event looks pretty cool. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.